Alrighty, howdy y'all. So today we're going to be taking a look at a website I created using JavaScript. I'm just going to show you guys like some of the things you can do in JavaScript, and also honestly I'd like to flex a little bit because I think my website turned out pretty cute. And yeah, I'm also just going to tell you guys about some of my favorite books and some of my interests and hobbies, so hopefully you like it, and let's get started. I'm feeling very much like a real YouTuber at the moment. So this is my website, and we've got a home page here, a personal, a project, and then I linked to a ChatGPT generated website as well, or website page. So on our home page, I actually took this picture in the desert in Lebanon. And it was a really amazing experience, but it's also a really pretty high quality image, so I thought it would blow up nicely. But I've got some scrolling text here, and I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that you can do in JavaScript on your website. I obviously am not like an expert coder, but all this stuff is not super hard to do. So I've actually got an about section here, and this is me as a kid. But one thing I thought was really interesting is you can do like these little rounded corners, and you can also do transparent backgrounds for text, and I think it really creates like a very seamless aesthetic look, which is kind of nice. So if we go to my personal section, there's again another picture I took. I gotta say I'm very proud of these photos. But this is just a little bit about me. I'm in an organization called Her Campus, and I'm also a researcher at the Bush School here at A&M. And then some of my hobbies, I love to read. I love to read science fiction, and I love to read fantasy. So these are a couple of my favorite books. I think everybody knows about Lord of the Rings. And Dune has been very big this year and last with the release of Dune Part 1 and Part 2. But I think a less known science fiction and fantasy novel is The Priory of the Orange Tree, which, hold on, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I actually have my copy right here, if you can see that. And they just released the, what's it called? They just released a prequel to this book. It's also, it's like an epic fantasy, so it does feel a little bit like Lord of the Rings. And it is huge. It is like truly a monster of a book. But yeah, it was really good. It's got dragons. It has a lot of it's inspired by Japanese isolationist policies from like the 18th century, I believe. And yeah, she's really big. But continuing on. So again, notice that like the background is staying the same, but the text is scrolling. I really like this, and it's not super hard to do in JavaScript. I also linked to a project. So another thing you can do is you can link to PDFs. You can also link to PDFs that are like on Google Drive, or you can link to other web pages. This is a project I did for an English class. So yeah, and then the last thing that I think is really interesting is me personally, like I think it's it's kind of a dangerous territory. You have to be careful to make sure that you're always following academic honesty policies, but you can always use ChatGPT to kind of do some interesting or unusual things, maybe things you didn't know that you could do, especially with coding. So this is about Dune, which is one of my favorite movies at the moment. So I asked ChatGPT to generate a website page on the Bene Gesserit, and so it gave a little biography about who they are, and then there's a biography for the Lady Jessica, who's played by one of my favorite actresses, and the Reverend Mother, and then this is the little prompt down here. And here's the thing, the desert takes the week. Guys, I know this is a very nerdy it's a very nerdy website, but back to my homepage. This is just like a quick overview of some hobbies of mine. I love to read. I would absolutely super recommend this book. It is amazing, and very long, very historical, very much an epic fantasy. And yeah, there's a lot of really beautiful things you can do with JavaScript to make your website aesthetic and visually appealing. And yeah, hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you so much. Bye.